Hey thinkers, welcome back to Think Sharp Alley, where every turn leads to a smart solution. Case study 1. To enhance the reading skills of grade 10 students, the school nominates you and two of your friends to set up a class library. There are two sections, 32 students in section A and 36 students in section B. Now, the first part of the question asks, what was the minimum number? What is the minimum number of books that you will acquire for the class library so that they can be distributed equally among students of section A or section B? So, distributed equally. So, whenever the question is about distributed equally and we have to find the minimum number of books, that means we will go for LCM, which is equal to, both of these numbers will go by 4 and no common factor other than this. So I'll multiply all of these numbers. So 4 into 8 into 9, and that is equal to 288. So which means our option C is correct. Moving on to the next question, if the product of two positive integers is equal to the product of their HCF. So we know first number, product of the two numbers is always equal to HCF into LCM. But they have said product of the two positive integers is equal to the product of their HCF and LCM is true, then what is the HCF of this? So HCF of this will be equal to 32 into 36 divide their LCM, and we have just now found out the LCM to be 288. So I can cancel by 32 9s and 9 4s. So answer is 4. By the way, over here also we have found out that 4 is the highest common factor. Okay, so answer was supposed to be 4, but since we have to use the property, so I have shown. Question number 3. 36 can be expressed as a product of its prime, so we will take prime factorization of 36 and it is this. So we have 2 square into 3 square. So this is the correct answer. So again 7 into 11 into 13 into 15 plus 15 is a, so I know this is one group of numbers, product of all the numbers plus 15. So I can take 15 common from here and I'm left with 7 into 11 into 13 plus 1. So clearly this number is obviously greater than 15, right? So, but this number has factor other than 1 in itself, which is 15 is a so definitely it's a composite number. If P and Q are positive integers such that P equal to AB square and Q equal to A square B, where A, B are prime numbers, then what is the LCM of P and Q? Now to find the LCM of P and Q, we will take the common factors first. So A, and the highest power of the common factor must be taken into account. So A square. B is also common factor. So B, and the highest power of B, that is 2. So over here the LCM is A square B square. So that is all about case study 1. Let us now move to case study 2. A seminar is being conducted by an educational organization where the participants will be educators of different subjects, and the number of participants in Hindi, English and mathematics are given. 64, 60, 84 and 108. Now in each room, the same number of participants are to be seated and all of them being in the same subject. Hence, maximum number of participants, this is one keyword, can be accommodated in each room. Obviously, maximum number of participants cannot be more than the participants, right? So here we have to go with HCF. So HCF of the given numbers 60, 84 and 108. For finding out HCF quickly, you can just try to find out a common number that divides all of these and as large as possible. For example, 12 divides all of these. So 12, 5, this is 7 and 12, 9. Now there is no other common number which can divide 5, 7, 9, right? So my answer over here will be 12. Now what is the minimum number of rooms required during the event? So number of rooms will be minimum if in each room maximum number of participants are going. So here we have seen 12 participants are there in each room. So for each subject, we had these subjects as Hindi, English, and mathematics, right? So Hindi participants would need 5 rooms, English participants would need 7 rooms, and mathematics participants will need 9 rooms if maximum number of participants are accommodated in each room. So, total number of rooms required would be 5 plus 7 plus 9, which is equal to 21. Moving on to the next question, the LCM of 60, 84 and 108 is equal to, you know already with the HCF, I'm just going to multiply the remaining factors. So 5 into 7 into 9, which is equal to 3780. Next, product of HCM and LCM of these two. So you have to just multiply 12, which is the HCF, and LCM is 3780. And get the answer. It is equal to 45360. Now 108 can be expressed as product of its prime. So you already know this. We will do prime factorization of 108, and that is equal to 3 cube and 2 square. So that is option number D. Moving on to the third case study. A mathematics exhibition is being conducted in your school, and one of your friends is making a model of a factor tree. He has some difficulty and asks for your help in completing a quiz for the audience. So the factor tree is already given. And we have to answer, find the value of x first. X is clearly 5 times 273. So 5 into 2783, which is equal to 13915, which is option B. Next is, what will be the value of y? Now value of y can be found out. Y into 253 should be equal to this factor 2783. So which means y is equal to 2783 divide 253, which is equal to 11. So the value of y is 11 over here. Now what is the value of z? Z into 11 is equal to 253. So z will be equal to 253 divide 11, which is equal to 23. So value of z is 23. Now the next question. According to the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, 13915 is, now see, this is divisible by 5, which is, this number is other than itself and 1, right? So definitely it's a composite number. Now the prime factorization of 13915, obviously you can go and check prime factorization of 13915 as well. So you can do this one. And the last question that we are going to discuss is a high level question. So let's move on to that. Case study number 4. Ashish supplies bread and jam to a hospital and a school. Bread and jam are supplied in equal number of pieces. So this is an important piece of information. Remember this. Bread comes in a bunch of 8 pieces and jam comes in a bunch of 6 pieces. So on a particular day, Ashish has supplied X packets of bread and Y packets of jam to the school. Alright, so here when they say that bread comes in a bunch of 8 pieces and jam comes in a bunch of 6 pieces, and we need to supply equal number of breads and jam. So equal number is given by LCM of 8 and 6, which is equal to 24. So whatever number of bread and jam needs to be sent, that needs to be a multiple of 24. Okay. And obviously that depends on number of students or number of patient in the hospital, right? So on a particular day, Ashish has supplied X packets of bread and Y packets of jam to the school. So minimum 24 packets need to be sent of bread and jam so that equal number of pieces can be obtained. On the same day, Ashish has supplied 3x packets of bread, so 3 times this, and with sufficient packets of jam. And whatever number of pieces of bread is there, same number of pieces of jam needs to be there. And it is known that the number of students in the school are between 500 and 550. Now, this gives me the actual answer over here. We need to divide 500 by 24 to find out which multiple of 24 is lying between 500 and 550. So if you divide, you will see you will get 20 as the quotient over here. Obviously, some remainder will be there, but I'm not bothered about the remainder. And if you divide 550 by 24, you will see you are getting 22 as the quotient and some other remainder will be there. Okay. So which means the only multiple which is between 500 and 550 is 24 into 21, which is equal to 504. So means there are 504 students in the school. Now if there are 504 students in the school and each student will get at least one bread. So how many packets of bread are to be supplied in the school? So one packet contains 8 pieces and there are 504 students. So 504 students would need 50 by 4. 504 divided by 8, which is equal to 63 packets. Now, how many packets of jams are to be supplied? There are 504 candidates and one packet has 6 pieces. So, number of packets is just divide by 6 and that gives you 84 packets. Next question, how many packets of bread are supplied to the hospital? Now, we have clearly seen if there are X packets being sent, that means 63 packets being sent to the school. So, in hospital, they will require 6 into 63, which is equal to 189. Hence, our option A is the correct option. How many packets of jams are to be supplied in the hospital? Now, number of pieces of bread, which should be equal to number of pieces of jam. Now there are 189 packets of bread. So how many pieces of breads are there? 189 into 8. And that is same as jam pieces because they have to be an equal number. Remember, I have already highlighted. So if jam pieces are there, so how many packets of jam will be there? So divide by 6 because in one pack there are 6 pieces. So if I need this many pieces, how many packs are required? So I'll divide and find out. So which is equal to 252. Just do the cancellation and you will see. So that's how we solve this question. Moving on to the next question. Case study number 5. This question is available on many websites and to my surprise, it has not been solved correctly in several of them. I know many students tend to rely on these websites for solution, but it's very important to verify and truly understand the concepts. So today we'll take this problem up and understand it properly, solve it the right way. At the end, I'll show you some places where I got wrong solution and in fact, ChatGPT gave me wrong answer. So don't rely on these websites or any AI before verifying your solution. Now, the question says that Amar, Akbar, Anthony are playing a game. Amar climbs 5 stairs and gets down 2 stairs in one turn. That means if I see the net movement of Amar, Akbar, and Anthony, we see 5 stairs forward and then gets down 2 stairs. So Amar's net movement is 5 minus 2, which is 3. Akbar goes up by 7 stairs and come down by 2 stairs. So 7 minus 2, which is 5. And Anthony goes 10 stairs up and 3 stairs down. So 10 minus 3, 7 stairs up is the net movement. So during this, they have to reach the nearest point of 100 stairs and they will stop once they find it impossible to go forward. So over here, how much distance are they moving forward is very important. Like Amar will stop when he cannot move 5 stairs up. Akbar will stop when he cannot move 7 stairs up. And Anthony will stop when he cannot move 10 stairs up. Now here since we have got 3, that means in first turn Amar will be at third step. In the second turn, Amar will be at sixth step. Then third turn, Amar will be at ninth step and so on. So the multiple of 3 which is closest to 100 is 99. But let us pause and have a look. Let us see the multiple of 3 in the 90s. So we have 93. So when Amar reaches 93, can he go 5 stairs up? Obviously. So he reaches at 98th step. Then he comes down 2 steps. So 98 minus 2. So he reaches 96th step. But he will stop at 96th step because he cannot move 5 stairs up, right? Because there is no step number 101. So he stops at 96th step. Whereas Akbar, if I see the multiple of 5 in the 90s, we have 95. So he can reach 95. But after 95, can he go 7 stairs forward? No, right? Because 100th stair is the last stair. So Akbar stops at 95th step. And Anthony, so let us see the multiple of 7 in the 90s, which is 91 itself. After 91, again, Anthony also stops because he cannot go 10 stairs up after 91. So Anthony stops at 91. So clearly, who reaches the nearest point? It's Amar. So answer over here will be Amar. Now I'll show you some sites where I have found wrong answer. For example, in this question, you can see it's written B is the correct option, which means Akbar is the correct option over here. So that's wrong. And this is another website where they have broken down the solution into different steps and they have said Akbar reaches the nearest point, that is to the 100th stair, because they have written over here, see step number 4, that Akbar can take 20 turns and Anthony can take 14 turns. So here we have to understand we cannot take the net movement. It ignores the actual condition given in the question. They must go the full forward step first and stop if they cannot complete that forward move. So we must track the actual movement and not net multiples. Now coming back to the next question, how many times can they meet in between on same stair? So they meet when all are on same stair. That means we'll take LCM of the net movement 3, 5 and 7, which is coming to be 105. But they can only go up to 100 and there is no common meeting point less than 100. They can only meet together at 105th step, which does not exist. So which means they will not meet in between on the same stair. Now, third question, who takes least number of steps to reach near 100? Now we already know what is the near 100th step each one of them reaches. So Amar, since Amar takes 3 net steps, so 96 divide 3 gives Amar's step and 95 divide 5 gives the number of steps taken by Akbar. 19 and 91 divide 7, 13. So which means clearly Anthony takes the least number of steps to reach near 100. Now the last question, what is the first stair where any two of the three will meet together? So we have to take LCM of taking two numbers at a time. So LCM of 3 and 5 is 15. This is the two smallest number and hence we have chosen these two because we have to find out the first stair. That means the least number should be assigned to that stair where any two of them can meet. So obviously it's Amar and Akbar who can meet each other at the 15th step, because other two numbers, if you see, LCM of 3 and 7 is 21, 5 and 7 is 35. That means Amar and Anthony will meet at 21st step and Akbar and Anthony will meet together at 35th step. So first stair meeting point is 15th step. So the two meets, Amar and Akbar meet at 15th step. And that's it for today.